And we're live. I think this is the right volume.
Whoop whoop.
This might be one of the first episodes that the network is good, that the sound is good, and that everything might work as it's supposed to go.
Let's go.
Yes. One very important thing for you, you have to talk extremely close to the microphone.
That's okay.
And then you hear yourself there.
Yeah.
And if I'm correct, then everybody over there will be hearing it properly as well.
Awesome.
If you don't, if there are any fucking mistakes, then you have to guide me, because I'm looking at myself over here. I'm looking at us over on this little screen over here. But I'm also asking questions, because we're going to interview you today.
That's right.
So, little people, if there is anything that is not working as it's supposed to be, you guys are my eyes and ears. So I'm counting on you guys for your help. In the meantime, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third fucking episode of the Thursday Night Drum and Bass Show. I'm your host, as usual, Gigs, and tonight I am joined by ViceByLara.
That's correct. Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome, welcome. All right, and we're also live on TikTok, just like this. Perfect. All right, so we're live everywhere. Everything is like it's supposed to be. I hope the volume is good. I hope you guys can hear us properly. And I'm gonna introduce you finally.
Thank you.
Everybody, I only got in the scene not even a year ago. Whether it's music in general, whether it's drum and bass, I was like a lost soul. But then I got into the scene. I listened to the music, but what made me stick was the people, like the community. And out of nowhere, like in a week that I never thought that I was gonna meet somebody like-minded like us, I met this girl over here. And that week was filled with like the most, no offense, kind of offense, but no offense, but like the most not my people ever.
I can imagine.
Okay, I think it's clipping a little bit. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. I hope everybody can still hear us. Yes, still really talking here. Nevertheless, I met you, and I did not expect that to happen.
Neither did I.
And I think it's it over half a year ago?
August, so yeah.
Over half year ago.
Yeah.
I've known you for now.
Yeah.
That's a long
That's
time.
correct.
Lara, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I'm Lara, also called ViceByLara in the scene, and I'm a drum and bass DJ for a little over a year now, maybe. I don't keep track of time, but yeah, since I started DJing around October, November 2021.
That's not a long time.
That's not a long time.
Not at all. All right.
Yeah, and since then, it basically got out of hand. And now I'm here, so talking to you and doing an interview.
Well, welcome, Lara.
Thank you so
all right,
much.
so I just want to start from the start, because everybody has its own beginning. I've like a million times I've told it by now, so I'm going to shut up. But in the meantime, how did you get into this kind, loving world?
That's a really funny story. So let's go way back.
Way back.
So when I was still a teenager, I think like 16 or 17, I'm 21 now. So that's 5 years ago. I started playing guitar, and I was in a rock band, and we practiced weekly. Did some gigs here and there, and it was a lot of fun. But I was in that band for like 3 or 4 years, so it was getting tiresome, and everyone in the band.
It clipped
Yeah.
like very hard. All right, I'm gonna turn it down a little more, and I think we have to really talk in this thing. Okay, but continue. You were in a rock band.
I was in a rock band, and when you're in a band for like 3 to 4 years at such a young age, things can get tiresome. You can get tired of each other, but also maybe a little bit of the music. But things went how they went, and we decided to call it quits. But I wasn't done with music at all. I really wasn't ready to give up music or pursue something in music or just do it for fun. So one night, in my house, we have like a basement which is enormous, and this was during the COVID times.
So was this like at your parents' house, or did you have
No,
your own student
I
home housing?
I lived on my own already.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, we had a party to celebrate the first year of living there for everyone. And this was a techno party. Yeah, in this enormous basement, nobody could hear us. The country was in complete lockdown, so we weren't even supposed to have this party. But, you know, we're students, we do what we do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was standing in the basement just listening to the music, and it was like, fuck yeah, I'm enjoying myself. And then I thought, why don't I start DJing? Like, it's so nice that after every drop or after every break, people just go crazy, and you actually get appreciated through music.
Really, yeah.
So that got me thinking, and then a week later, I bought my very first controller.
I can see that already. So you're kinda, what's the word I'm looking for? Wait, I have to turn it down a little bit, I think. You are, if you got your mind set on something and you want it, you're getting it.
Yeah.
Compulsive, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, but it was starting out as more of an experience, like, okay, maybe I can have fun through this sort of music instead of rock music or pop rock or punk, whatever we played. So I was just experimenting a bit. And
with all kinds of music, do you mean then? Because the party was techno, right?
yeah, the party was
Okay,
techno.
yeah.
And basically I started out DJing techno. But yeah, it got a bit repetitive and not for me. It was a bit slow for me, I think.
Ah, okay, slow. Yeah, I can see that.
Like in the way that you mix the techno songs, like you basically techno songs can be up to 8 minutes long. And then my neighbor, which is actually my best friend, Sterre, introduced me to drum and bass, and I heard it, and at first I was like, wait, what? But then I was like, whoa, this is fucking amazing. And then I got into it more and more, went to some drum and bass parties, enjoyed myself a lot, and there I was, selecting my songs to DJ.
Oh my! All right. So that was your first ever. When you started out, you got the music. You were started to listening thanks to your friend. It was, and following that, of course, somewhere in between, you need to have your first gig.
Yeah.
How did that go? Was that long after you started? I guess not, because it's not even a year ago. So
No, because I started in October, November. I had my first gig in April last year, so April 2022. Because I met Matthijs, the founder of Skybase. I met him.
Polymatic, right?
Yeah, Polymatic. I met him at a party which I hosted with a housemate during the El Cid again.
Okay.
And I met him through that. We followed each other on Instagram, and he was planning on doing his first Skybase edition. And he called out some DJs. Oh, I'm looking for DJs for my first party. Hit me up if you want to play. So I hit him up. I sent him a demo from a mixtape, which later became Virtues 1, my mixtape series.
Ah, yeah, listen to that one.
Yeah,
All right.
and then he was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, come out to play." And then I opened the very first Skybase edition.
All right. So the rest is history from there.
The rest is history. Yeah.
Let me see. So you had your first Skybase edition.
Yeah.
And as your first ever gig, and for the people that don't know, Skybase is like a independent kind of event. It is done by Polymatic, Matthijs, his girlfriend, and 2 others. I think I'm not sure. Don't count me on it. But at least what I'm trying to say, that it is quite a big deal with quite a lot of DJs, a lot of high class DJs, and there you just were all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, yeah. I just hit him up and was like, yo, I saw you were looking for some DJs. Well, I'm a DJ. Can I play? And at first he was a bit like, oh, yeah, I think we have a spot for you. And then he was like, yeah, come over and play. Yeah, come on in.
Nice. I like that. All right, so you had your first Skybase, and from there, because within a small amount of time, a lot happened.
A lot happened indeed.
So take us through it, because I would like to know everything.
So I think it was after the first Skybase, I released Virtues 1, again, my mixtape series. And I held a small release party in my room. And another housemate, Joris, also distinct music, he's part of Basement in Leiden. They host a party in the V-Bar every 2 months, I think. He was like, oh, would you like to play on the Basement showcase at Maxi Radio? And it was like, yeah, that I would love that.
So for everybody's knowledge, what is Maxi Radio and how is that like? What do they do?
Maxi Radio is a online radio station which promotes all sorts of electronic music genres and all kinds of DJs on an online basis. So, I think it's every Friday and Saturday. They just reopened. So Basement had their own showcase every second Friday of the month, I think. So I was invited over by Joris and Basement. And then I played my first online radio show. So that's how that went. Yeah.
Was that also your first time on CDJs?
It was. I shit my pants.
Okay, I can imagine. You were just telling me that you always have beef with CDJs.
Yeah, I hate them.
Yeah. Okay, going there for your first time must have been a nightmare then.
It actually was, because it was really funny. Because, okay, I did some research on CDJs, never played on them before. And some videos told me that there's a link function and stuff like that. And then I reckon it was 4 or 5 hours before the gig, Wiebe, another member of Basement, texted me, yeah, the link function is broken. So it was like, I have to bring 2 USBs. And it was just starting out, and I only had 1 USB, and it was like, fuck, where do I get another USB?
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, but I managed, and the gig went quite well. For my first time on CDJs, I'm actually pretty happy with it.
Yeah, it was live recorded as well, right?
Yeah,
so
it was live recorded, and it was broadcasted live as well.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay, that's very nice one. All right, we're gonna take a little intermezzo over here, because everybody's saying that the music is a little bit low. So what I'm gonna try and do is that I'm gonna try and turn it up. So if this bitch has to turn it up, I have to, ooh, don't fall. Yeah, you're steady. You are going down slightly. And this bitch over here is going down slightly. And then we're turning this one up.
Awesome.
Everybody, for the 4 people here, for the 3 people on the other side, I hope the audio is a little better. Please let me know if the audio is better, because I do want you guys to hear everything. And continue. Ooh, there's still a little feedback. We have to be wary of the feedback. Maybe through this. All right. Live broadcasted.
Yeah.
You had your. Where am I going with this? You still hear the feedback as well? Okay. Okay. I hope it's good enough. Nevertheless, you had your first Basement. You had your first experience with CDJs.
Yeah.
And timeline-wise, when was this?
This was June 2022. Yeah.
June 2022.
Yeah.
All right. And from there, what happened? Because I think you went to a certain festival or something. Or am I getting ahead of myself? Where you met a certain amount of people and you made a thing. Am I getting ahead of myself? Or?
I know where you're going, but it's not how it went.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm going to tell the story from there.
Yeah.
So in June I had my first Basement. After that, things felt flat. Basically, I had a hard time getting gigs and stuff like that. So I worked on Virtues 2, which did very well, which got recognized by the likes of T and SiLi, S9,
How
NCT.
did it ever get it? Like,
well,
Did they like it or message you, or how did that go? Because
they liked it. They messaged me. They commented on it. So that was, in that time, that was really big for me because it was like, fuck, this is awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
So it did really well. And I think, this was after Liquidity Festival last year. And after the success of Virtues 2, I went on a little trip to Germany with my student association, where I had to play 4 nights subsequently.
Yeah, this was when we met, right? Like the week after you were going there.
The week after. Okay, So I played 4 nights subsequently, 5 hours a night, just DJing.
Mad.
It was mad. it was crazy. I was done after the 4 days. But I remember on the way home, I was asked by Flexus to join FLUX.
Who's Flexus? Start with that.
Flexus is another resident of Basement in Leiden. And she was asked to join FLUX, which is a female collective in drum and bass, to show some diversity and show what women in drum and bass are capable of. And I knew her already from some house parties because she's also friends with Distinct, which I mentioned earlier. And she just told the girls of FLUX, like, hey, I'd like to introduce Lara, ViceByLara as well, to FLUX. And all the girls were on board with it. And that's how I joined FLUX, basically.
Did they message you or call you?
Flexus actually texted me that she wanted me involved, which was really nice. And I was beyond excited because I was like,
of course.
Damn, yeah, because in the period that everything felt a little flat, I still worked my ass off. Like I was DJing here and there at some house parties, and I networked a lot, so people knew me. But I still had to work to get to FLUX, basically, and to get my name out there. So it was really nice that she asked me to join FLUX, which is where I am now. I started in August with FLUX, and we set everything up because they weren't launched yet. I chose my role within FLUX, and from there everything went very fast because I also work as a bartender. DJ life isn't as glorious as it always seems. But I work as a bartender at Kiki Club. And
Kiki Club is a club in Leiden.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. And I remember the owner of the club one time came up to me and he said, "Oh wait, Lara, you're DJing, right?" I was like, "Yeah." So he asked me, "Oh, how's it going? Like, what do you do?" So I was telling him, "Yeah, I'm a drum and bass DJ. Recently joined FLUX. It's going very well. We're setting up some things with FLUX." And then he told me, "That's awesome. We've been looking into a drum and bass party in Kiki." And I was like, "That's so awesome. Maybe I can help you. Like, I know the world a bit. I know a bit how it works." At that point, I indeed knew a bit how the world worked. So I told him like, "Oh, great. Let's talk about it and meet up and see what's possible." And he was like, "Oh yeah, good idea." So next week, after the weekend that I was working, and he asked me, "What do you do?" I texted him, "Hey, you still on board? Because let's meet up and just talk about something. Like, what do you have in mind? Maybe we can help each other." So he agreed to a meeting, and I went there, and everything went really fast from there. From there, it was like, I told him about FLUX. It was like, "Well, let's do a party. And this was, I think, somewhere in October. and we started in August with FLUX. So 2 months after we basically started
Oh,
setting
yeah.
everything up, it was like, oh yeah, you can do a party. Just organize it. So as maniacs, we were just, we can do a party. We can do a party. How do we do this? What do we want? We need designs. We need artwork. We need everything. We need a lineup. Who is going to DJ? And
For my knowledge, by the way, does anybody over in Flux have any like experience with event organizing or anything?
actually, because Flexus is part of Basement, and she has a lot of experience from that. So I'm not saying that she played a really big part in it, because she also has
All kinds of stuff to do.
yeah, and also within Basement, and she doesn't want anything clashing between the two.
Yeah.
But
Still, like setting it up in such a small amount of time.
yeah, we set it up in 3
Wow,
months.
That's hella fast. to go.
Yeah, yeah, that was really fast, and since then, like, the party became a big success, especially for our first
remember.
party.
Yeah.
Like, we were a new party, a new club, and drum and bass heads can be a little iffy about a new club.
Yeah.
A new crew,
Mm-hmm.
new DJs, a new concept. We sold more tickets than we'd ever expected.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, we sold like almost 4,500 tickets for our first edition.
Everybody, I was there. I did not know what to expect because in the first place, I have never drum and bass before in Leiden, so I had no idea what the world over there is like, how the community is over there. So I went there because you and I had met before, and I got there, and I was just shook with how everything was set up. It was packed, but not packed like you can't move anywhere, but packed in the set of the energy and the vibes over there. It was such a nice experience.
It was a really great experience.
And Muzz was there.
Yeah, we were able to book Muzz as a headliner, which was actually crazy to think about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my. Of course, I'm guessing everybody knows Muzz. Muzz is like a big ass freaking DJ. In the dance, mostly does dance floor, right?
Yeah,
He's somewhere
Yeah.
in between. He goes neuro sets as well. I
yeah,
think.
he's got his darker sets as well, but it's mostly dance floor. But he can really put the gas on it.
But for everybody's knowledge, this was the first ever fucking time that I heard a DJ ask for coffee behind the decks. I've never heard that in my life before. A DJ, it's freaking 2, 3 a.m., whatever it is, and he wants coffee behind the decks. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
shook with that, but that's seriously my bucket list now. So somewhere,
Awesome.
wherever I am, when I have a gig, I'm gonna ask for coffee, just to fuck everybody up that way.
He told me on the way to the venue, because Foxy, which is also a Flux member, and I picked him up from the airport, and he told us that he had a rough night, something with his house. So he was really tired. He also he only came for his set and then left because he was really tired.
Yeah,
So
of course.
that explains the coffee for him.
Yeah, I can say that. Of course, we can never assume anything. So yeah, let's forget about that part though. All right, I want to continue from there because you had your first ever IMPAKT show.
Yeah,
It was a fucking blast.
which was my club debut actually, for drum and bass at least.
And you had the best set there was.
Oh
I'm
my
not even
God.
joking. I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a little question about that later on,
Mhm.
but just for our view now,
Mhm.
that was your first ever club set. It
Yeah.
was with the packest pack it can be, I think.
Yeah.
How did you experience it?
Fucking amazing. I loved every second of it. The energy in the room during my set, I loved it. Like, all those people, I got so many videos from, my parents were there actually.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that. They were
yeah,
so nice.
Yeah, they
there.
booked a hotel for it, but they filmed the whole intro. You filmed the whole intro, which I'm really grateful for. Thank you so much. I watch it back because even after the decks, behind the decks, you don't see everything. But the moment I started playing and people hear the distance Bunshin remix together with the Blood Sugar.
Yeah, it was mad.
It was mad.
the
They went
highlight.
crazy.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, and from that moment, I had a big smile on my face throughout my whole set, because everything I did, it didn't matter. Everything I did, they loved it. Even if I'd farted, they would just love it. Yeah, it was amazing. I had the time of my life.
I can imagine. I go to quite a lot of local drum and bass events and those kinds of things, but this is seriously the only drum and bass event, or at least any event, local event, where I've seen a mosh pit.
Yeah, it was
Only
insane.
one with a mosh
Yeah.
pit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was insane. All right,
Yeah.
let's continue from there, because you had
Yeah.
the highlight of your life, I think.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
one of the best ones ever yet to date. But
Yeah.
we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
How is it continuing from there? Because 2023 came.
2023 came. A little before IMPAKT, you called me actually.
I called you.
You called me, and you had a gig for me. You were calling me, and you said, Lara, I've been approached by someone who I know, and they are doing a drum and bass party in Almere. And you told me that they asked you to look for DJs you are confident in that they can play and play really well. So you called me with the question if I wanted to play. And of course I said yes, because I loved it. But at this time we didn't know each other very well,
Not
because
that well, correct, yeah.
we only saw each other that week in August, and I got a call, and I remember before you called, I was like, what the fuck? Why why is he calling me?
Okay, yeah, that might be kind of weird, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, but then you asked me like, hey, do you want to play this gig? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, and yeah, it was really great, and I'm really thankful that you gave that gig to me. Actually, it was my first gig of 2023, because it was the 7th of January, I think.
Yeah, it was the 7th of January,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. I even had the first gig of all the FLUX members as well, so it was really the first gig of
Let's
2023.
go! Achievement unlocked.
Yeah, yeah. So that was really awesome, and from that moment on, gigs just they just came. I remember one night, Operator 21, which is also a FLUX member, she asked me if I wanted to play Ill Behavior, which is a drum and bass night in Delft, which I found really awesome. She had played there before. She was asked by the promoter to play again, but she handed it to me. I was like, do you want to play here? Because I was hungry for more. After IMPAKT, after Tsunami in Almere, I was hungry for more. I wanted more. I was getting in the flow, and I wanted it all. I remember sitting at home, and it was like, I want more of this, because it's amazing. And then it came, like, Ill Behavior game. A little while later, Spectrum came, a new drum and bass party in Leiden, which had asked me to play their event. And it was actually my first time, not really headlining, but I was the last one there really during prime time.
Yeah.
So that was awesome as well. That was last Saturday, actually.
Yeah, so those two gigs were indeed last week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now stuff is getting interesting, because
Now
we're getting
stuff's
closer
getting
and closer and closer
interesting.
to where we want to be.
Yeah.
But we're gonna take a little break from the talking, and I want to play a game with you. Actually,
Okay, cool.
I want to play a game, because how
Okay.
well do you think that you know your own library?
Oh, I think I know it pretty well,
Yeah.
but I have to say there are some songs in there which I put in my library and thought, oh, they are cool, but actually never played. So I don't know if I remember them, but
Are you any good with remembering names of songs? and
yeah,
those
I
yeah?
am. Yeah.
Fuck, I'm not. I'm so fucking bad at remembering names. It's okay. I'm not saying anything. Nevertheless,
Okay, I'm not going to look.
I'm gonna scroll through your list.
Uh-huh.
Let me see, where is it? And of course, we're mixing in keys, so.
You want the artist and the song?
Let's see
name?
how far you can go in the
Okay.
first place.
Okay.
What key are we in? We're in key 1. Okay, we're just gonna go up. This one should be fairly easy.
Feel my heart beating fast out of range.
Fuck.
Like it goes from the
I'm sure that you know it. I'm very
Yeah.
sure that you know it.
through an old telecast.
If any of you knows this song, put it in the comments, because I'm curious whether you know it.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I can sing it, but oh. Oh, I see you from Andromatic and Rink. I think that's how you pronounce his
Ring,
name.
yeah, nice one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, massive track. Alright, next one. Discotheque from Culture Shock.
Ah, you're too fast for me.
Yeah, oh fuck.
You have to know this one.
Well, by now I figured that it's called Losing Control. Isn't this by Kate C?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Kate C, I'm coming for you as well.
awesome. I actually love this track so much.
Easy one.
Oh. Oh, it's Flute by Mons.
Yeah. All right, last one.
Okay, okay. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Blast Out by Graphics.
What was a fucking banger this is.
I know.
To the vibe when they blast out. Blast out. Blast out.
Last one.
Okay.
So I've got to be able to end in a loop. Actually, this is a double my evil word.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Yo, I need this track in my list, seriously.
Oh, fuck. No, I don't know this one.
This song is Justice by Furious Freeze. What a banger, man. Fuck.
I think I even played this last Saturday.
Alright. You and I are gonna continue the story.
Awesome.
Because it's getting better and better.
It's getting better and better, indeed.
Alright. I hope this is like unlouded. What's unloud? Soft. Wait, not soft. There's a better word. Quieter. Oh, fuck. Alright. My Dunglish is bad today. Nevertheless, continue. Because you had ill-behaved last week.
Yeah.
Then you had
Spectrum.
Spectrum in Leiden. That's the new one.
Yeah.
And in between that time period, in between Tsunami
Yeah.
and all this, something happened.
Something happened indeed.
Tell us.
Okay, so I'm gonna take you back to the 23rd of January.
Yeah.
I think it was like 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, and I was just playing a game with a housemate, and suddenly I got a call. I got a call from Foxy, which is also a FLUX member. And I was like, okay, is she calling me at this time? I was like, okay, so I picked up, and I walked away from the game, and she told me the story, or like she wanted to ask me something, and she was booked for a certain show, but unfortunately she couldn't make it because she already booked a holiday to Spain, and the promoter and Foxy couldn't work out the fee because Foxy already paid for her flight. She was like, okay, I really want this gig, but there are some circumstances. Can we work the fee out? Unfortunately, that wasn't an option. But the promoter asked if somebody else in FLUX would agree with the terms. And she told me that the only person she could think about that was fit for this gig, because she saw my set at IMPAKT.
It's coming, guys. It's coming. Wait for this, yeah?
She told me the only one I could think of was you. So it's like, okay, cool, awesome, what is it? And then she said, Well, they're offering 100 euros. And do you want to play the Coven headline tour? Yeah. It's, yeah. Yeah. If I wanted to play the Coven headline tour
Fuck!
as a support act,
Oh my god.
yeah. Yeah. At that moment, I really was speechless. Like, I had Tamara on the phone, Foxy, and I remember I walked around my room, and my legs were just shaking because it was like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is this? This is the biggest show I will up to date ever do. The Coven headline tour. Like, Coven is headlining, of course, but she also takes Shock One with her and her brother Active.
ViceByLara is gonna be in Melkweg on the 24th
Of March.
of March,
Yeah.
being the support act of motherfucking Coven, assisted by Shock One, Active, Astro as well, by the way.
No, it's Bex.
Oh, Bex it
Yeah.
was.
Astro is playing the high tea
Upcoming
edition.
for next week
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Congratulations, girl.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. It's still surreal. Like, and I had to keep this quiet for almost a month.
That seems, honestly, I could not shut my mouth about it. I wouldn't sleep for a week or so.
Well, I actually didn't
Fucking
sleep
hell.
that night. No, I think I slept at 5:30 in the morning that night because I was so hyper and I was so excited and yeah, madness. Exactly. It's yeah. I still can't find any words for it other than I think I've told Foxy 1,000 times thank you. You're the hero of the year.
Oh my god. I think we're offline on Instagram, by the way, so I just need to check that.
At least TikTok got it.
Yeah, TikTok got it, and it's also recorded on the...
Awesome.
I think it's called copyright. That's why it went all offline. So, to rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
The 24th of January.
Yeah.
You got a little phone call.
Yeah.
From Foxy. Foxy
Yeah.
being another... She formed it, right? Flux, or not?
Yeah, within Flux we don't really look at it that way. We're all
okay.
equals within Flux.
That's so nice one.
Yeah.
Foxy called her.
Yeah.
And she couldn't be there, but there was just only one person that she could think of.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, ViceByLara is gonna play the 24th of March, being the support act of fucking Coven.
Yeah, it's insane.
What a
And
fucking world, honestly.
yeah, you're actually the first one I'm telling this live.
Wow.
Yeah, because it got announced yesterday, so I could finally share it everywhere yesterday evening and today. But you're the first one I'm telling it live and to your audience.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
knowing for a whole month and not being able to say anything about this? Serious respect. Serious
Thanks.
respect.
Yeah, I told some people, like I
Of
told
course, here and there.
I told the girls of Flux, and I told my best friend Stella because she had to know.
Of course.
Yeah.
What a moment. What a fucking moment.
Yeah. As I said, it's still surreal. Like, it's not even 1.5 years since I started, and here I am playing the Melkweg.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
We're
Yeah.
gonna continue from here because we've heard about your journey so far.
Yeah.
We heard how you started. We heard how you were making crazy amount of hours behind the decks back in Germany as well. We heard now how you just started to get gigs after gigs after gigs after gigs. And we heard that you have something incredible coming up in a month's time. and it's a lot. It's a lot to intake, even for me.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine being you right now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the basics.
Yeah.
So we got the drum and bass.
Yeah.
Within drum and bass, so what is your style? How would you describe your music?
I think within drum and bass, I started out really dance floory, like, but really the liquidity dance floor. Yeah, I think there is a distinction to be made between liquidity dance floor and really the hard dance floor, like Delta Heavy, Culture Shock, Sub Focus, which just brings a bit more grittiness to drum and bass.
Okay, okay.
So if you take that dance floor, that kind of dance floor, maybe there's a name for it, but I like to call it hard dance floor. And then you have some neurofunk. There is like, between the two, there is a fine line between hard dance floor and neurofunk.
Yeah.
And exactly at that spot, that's what I love most.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, my best friend, one of my best friends. No, I'm gonna call him my best friend, Danny. Danny DXK. He's also the owner of Bubblers. Actually, the way you just described the hard dance floor, just a fine line. That's exactly what he absolutely adores as well. So meet like-minded people. I like this. All right. And continuing from here, I just want to play a little game with you. One more game.
Okay.
It's gonna be a quick fire round.
Okay.
So I wrote down a couple of questions,
Mm-hmm.
and I want your straight away answers. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Quick fire questions with ViceByLara. Here we go. Favorite artist.
Camera Cricket.
Favorite drum and bass tune.
Scientolo.
Best rave ever.
Ooh, it's not drum and bass, but it was the Charlotte de Witte party at the Ziggo Dome during
okay.
Amsterdam Dance Event.
I was gonna get angry, but I can cut you some slack over there.
Thank you.
All right. Best record label.
Ooh, Viper or Vision?
Viper Vision. Who's in there actually? I don't even know. I've never heard of
Vision,
Viper.
you of course had Noisia. I think it's
Oh,
also
yeah, okay.
it's also the Outsiders. Recently, they released their newest EP on Vision.
Dope. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
But I also know that Kate C is on Viper, or she had some releases on Viper. Also, VOE is on Viper, I think. Yeah.
We're gonna continue. Best performed gig. It's gotta be one.
Oh, it's gotta be
It
IMPAKT.
has to be.
Yeah,
that one.
by far.
By far.
Yeah.
IMPAKT. Favorite rave buddy.
Ooh, it's gotta be Sterre.
Sterre? Oh,
Yeah.
that's your roommate, right? Like the
Yeah.
one that introduced you into the room.
Yeah.
Hi, Sterre. I want to meet. I want to meet you as well, Sterre, because you sound like a great vibe. Favorite local artist.
Ooh, the Outsiders or Kate C.
Ooh, okay, nice one.
Yeah.
Favorite local event organization.
There's only one I can. Okay,
but you have to be pretty biased, yeah.
Okay, except our own event, it's got to be either Champion Sound or Basement.
Oh, what's Champion Sound, by the way? Because I joined. Why are you not in there? There's like this drum and bass Leiden community chat, something like that. How are you not in there? Fuck me. I'll add you. I'll send you the link later, yeah?
Okay.
But there's this Leiden, of course. Everybody here, we're based in Amsterdam. At least I am based in Amsterdam. I'm Amstelveen actually, but we're gonna call it Amsterdam. And so we're actually based in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is quite a small country that makes it possible for us to like go everywhere and attend almost all the raves that are just across whole the fucking country. Nevertheless, you are based in Leiden.
Yeah.
And there is this community chat that I was just talking about from the Leiden drum and bass scene. I got added into it after the IMPAKT show. Actually.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that was very nice because I actually got to meet a lot of people. And they were also talking about Champion Sound, but I don't know what Champion Sound is.
I think, or
It's gonna be at King's Day or something, right?
yeah.
Yeah, what's that?
In Leiden, I think Champion Sound is the longest running drum and bass event.
I thought it was Basement.
Yeah. No. It's Champion Sound. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They were located in the surroundings of Leiden before, but if I remember correctly, they got a contract with the Noble, a event venue, to host their parties there. They have a pretty, they have a really good production actually, and they always bring over pretty huge headliners as well. I reckon last edition I wasn't there, but they brought Millbrook.
Ooh, damn, those are big names, man.
Yeah,
Fuck.
but they also brought Document 1 during the 3 October edition. Yeah. So it's basically also just a drum and bass event, but I think they're in a run for like 15 years or something.
Honestly, oh
Yeah.
How have I never heard of him? Because can I say that they're like on the same level as something like Fiber, and I would think Fiber, because if I think of like the drum and bass event organizers in the Netherlands, then on the top I would say, but that's just only once every so time, Liquidity, because of course they're the only one that have their real festival.
Yeah.
Then I would say like Korsakov, High T, maybe a little lower, but I'm not sure. At least Korsakov Nox is also a very big one.
Yeah.
And then you got High T and maybe Fiber somewhere there, because they also like book quite high names.
Yeah.
And maybe their champions out next to it. Can I compare them to one another?
I think venue wise you can't, because Fiber is in a much larger venue than Champion Sound is. But the thing why Champion Sound is so popular, at least in Leiden, is because it's been running for ages. They always have good vibes. Basically, I think NCT are residents. It's a small venue. It's like 500 people.
Yep.
Something like
Even
that.
like Kiki is bigger than that.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nice
Yeah,
one.
but they have a really great production.
Okay, I can imagine.
Yeah.
The quick fire questions, like it became a long fire question round. I've got two more big questions
Okay.
for you. What would be your dream country to perform in?
Oh, fuck. I think either it's gotta be New Zealand. I feel like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same for me as well.
Yeah.
I was like, would it be England? And then I'm like, nah, it's New Zealand is the
New
one.
Zealand.
Honestly, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's gotta be New
We're coming
Zealand.
for you as well, New Zealand.
Coming
Right.
for you.
Then the last question that I have for you tonight:
Mm-hmm.
what would be your dream gig?
Oh, yeah. I thought about this, and like looking at the big picture, of course, right now I'd say something like Liquidity. I'm not the one to get cocky or whatever, but I think that is possible within
You are
A
on a
reasonable-
good track.
reasonable
I
amount
think
of
so
time.
as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. So I think a next goal of mine above Liquidity, which I want to say, like, let's first get there. But an international gig would be amazing. Yeah.
Like a tour or something, or not even a tour.
Not even a tour.
Just
Could-
one gig
could
on
be,
the
yeah,
outside of the Netherlands.
one gig outside of the Netherlands would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think you're on such a good road. You are
Thank
not
you.
even doing this for a year, and look at where you are today.
Thank you. Thank
Honestly,
you so
big
much.
respect.
Thank you.
I have. I had a question in my head. What was it? What was I gonna ask? Yeah. So we have the DJ side. It's one side of the world. But last week I was here with Entrophics. Entrophics is also a big up and coming duo drum and bass based here in the Netherlands. They really recently released their first track over on High T. Are you also thinking about making your own music? Do you want to produce, and do you want to get yourself out there in that kind of way?
Yeah, I do. I actually watched last week, and I think it was Tony. I heard him say, like, if you really want to make it in this world, you have to
Correct.
you have to produce something that is your own. there are a few exceptions, of course. But yeah, it's something I aspire, and I'm actually working on it, because sound design and production is a whole other thing than
True.
DJing.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm working on it, but I'm taking my time with it.
Yeah.
Because I want to put something out there that is really mine and that I'm really proud of, and that I feel like people can connect with, because that is what music has always been for me, something to connect with, to lose myself in. And I think that's the exact same thing that I want to achieve through my music as well. So it takes some time to develop. I'm on it. But at this point in time, I cannot say when.
Of course. Don't put it, like, that's what our big friend Wolfpack said. No rush. No
Exactly,
rush. It's
exactly.
everything goes at your own pace in your own time.
Yeah.
And I think your own pace is already a very fast pace.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. I wanted to take my time, but yeah.
Your time is an incredible time.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now the third episode of the Thursday Night Drum and Bass show. I am joined here by ViceByLara. We talked about everything that you've done, like how you started, which is not even a year ago, how you got more and more into the scene of drum and bass through one of your best friends, Caitlin? Sterre, pardon. Through Sterre, hoi Sterre if you're watching. Through Sterre, you got into the world, you did your thing, you got a few gigs through your network that you so are great at keeping. Then you joined the female DJ collective FLUX, which also opened a lot of doors for you, and you got to meet so many incredible people. You had so many gigs in the last few weeks,
Yeah.
2 of which last week, and in the meantime you also got booked to play at High Tea as the fucking guest of Coven, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking Coven, Shock
Yeah.
One, and Abstract.
Active.
Fuck, how could I forget that? Nevertheless, this girl is doing amazingly well, and I'm so glad that you came along.
Yeah,
I
thank you
honestly
for
am.
having me.
I had a lot of fun, which is already over an hour, by the way. It went incredibly fast.
It went very fast.
Talking with you, playing some games, but I think it's time to put the microphones away and to play some music for you guys. Because
Let's
I'm
go.
very curious. At least we played a little while earlier, and
Yeah.
I had a great time then, let alone
Me
what we
too.
can do now.
Yeah.
So, ladies and
Exactly.
gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for having had this conversation with us. We're going to put the microphones away. We're going to play some music in the meantime. We're going to build a little stage for ourselves. And keep in mind that there might be a copyright strike on Instagram as soon as we play music. So that one might get cut off. Nevertheless, if you do want to see us play, you can also head over to TikTok, where it is also being streamed. And they over there are a little more lenient towards the music. And of course, everything is being recorded as well. So this is going to be on YouTube. I'm going to put it on
Awesome.
SoundCloud as well. So a lot of ways to view this. At least in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, this is the third episode of ViceByLara. This is the third episode of the Thursday Night Drum and Bass show. I had a great time with you, Lara, and let's
I
play
had a
some
great
music.
time as well. Let's go.
Falsify injustice. Falsify injustice. Imitations out to get it, so we hit them with the tech, 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 Conversations out to get it, so we hit them with the tech, tech, tech.
your master. VR, AI, I'm smarter, I'm faster. I curate your life. Follow me, down to hell, the rest of mankind. Follow me, till you've lost your fucking mind. Follow me.
Siéntelo. 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 Siéntelo.
Águila del monte será, se lo oye la voz, como el pavo real, se le oye la voz, como el pavo real, se le oye la voz, como el pavo real. Águila del monte será, se le oye la voz, como el pavo real, se le oye la voz, como el pavo real, se le oye la voz, como el pavo real. Águila del monte, águila del monte, águila del monte. Águila del monte. Águila del monte será, se le oye la voz, como el pavo real, se le oye la voz, como el pavo real, se le oye la voz, como el pavo real.
Siéntelo. Siéntelo. Siéntelo.
Águila del monte. Águila del monte. Águila del monte será, se le oye la voz, como el pavo real,
roses. I might pull a flexing on these people like a rose. I might tell them, girl, you cute for falling into roses. Standing on the table, rosy, rosy for the waters. You know who the god is. Turn up when I turn it on. You know I get too lit when I turn it on. Can't handle my behavior when I turn it on. Too fast, fast, to the left, don't last, stomping through it all. Fuck you and me raw. This who you wanna be. And I know you won't tell.
boy. It's time to go, boy. Time to go, boy. It's time to go, boy. Time to go, boy. It's time to go, boy. Time to go, boy. Starting.
You know that's the motto. After the rain, can feel my face, the windows down. Back to my place, my birthday cake is coming out. The way it's hitting, like I could go all night. Don't want no bloodshot eyes, so hold my drink, let's fly. We ain't got no plans to leave it. Tell all of the fans to be here. We ain't got to sleep all weekend. Oh, you know that's the motto. Pop a few bills and pop a few champagne brews. That's the moon, that money like you just won the lotto. We've been up all damn summer, in that bread and butter. You know that's the move. Oh, you know that's the move.